They are saying to sanction both RSS and RAW. These shameless people are lecturing others on morals and calling for a ban on the RSS. Why are they so bothered by the name RSS? The whole Cartoon Network, which is Trump's team, they will slowly understand. I predicted in 21 to 22 that this would happen in 24 to 25. They are bound to feel the pain. So they hate the RSS, they hate RAW. They are realizing that for the first time in 2000 years, a government has finally come to power that is completely different. And so now there is this Cartoon Network like Commission for Human Rights and Religious Freedom, USCIRF. You know, the good thing is that when the Democrats were in power, we used to get these moral science lectures every single day. At least with the Republicans, we only get a moral science lecture once every 6 months. And they are saying to impose sanctions on both RSS and RAW. Can you believe it? These are the shameless people who have killed millions just to maintain the American lifestyle. All because Americans cannot even stand on their own 2 feet. So Americans and Europeans together throughout the whole world have created a complete massacre of people just to keep the dollar as the reserve currency. And so they can live a life of total luxury. And these are the same shameless people giving moral science lectures to others and telling us to ban the RSS. Do you understand why does the name RSS bother them so much? It is because they are finally realizing that for the first time in 1000 years, a government has come to power that is one that totally believes in decolonization. And the very meaning of decolonization is this, that the entire Western construct that was forced upon the colonies, on all of Britain's former colonies, is something that all these countries will now move to reverse. So the West is bound to feel the pain because now they will be shown just how exposed they are, how shameless, and how completely drenched they are in the blood of other people. To live such a lifestyle, how many people's blood is being shed to live the American lifestyle? So as people understand more and more, they are bound to feel the pain. So they find the RSS bad, they find RAW bad. Understand? And anyway, is there some jihadi who leads such an organization? Anyway, no one listens to this Donald Duck, the limited edition Duck administration. I am calling it limited edition because from their body language, everyone knows their condition because of the Iran conflict. So this whole Cartoon Network is basically Trump's team. They will gradually understand that no one takes them seriously at all. Whatever report you publish, we are going to throw it straight in the dustbin, right in the dustbin. Now these big NRIs, you get it. Thefts are happening, jewelry is being stolen from NRIs' homes, there is blatant racism in shops, murders are being committed, you know. So now look what they are saying. This is someone named Avatansh Kumar. This is pretty common in California, a Democrat monopoly state. What he is saying is that because the state is run by Democrats, that is the reason why theft and all this is so common there, right? In the last 40 to 50 years, has any NRI ever come and told any Bharatiya that things like theft, racism, and attacks on Bharatiyas are just a common thing over here? Have you ever been told that? Has anyone ever heard of an NRI coming back and saying such a thing? You know, there is a lot of racism against us, and that is natural. There are thefts happening against brown-skinned people. We are getting attacked. Now, this gentleman here is saying it is common. Okay, fine. Let us agree that it is common. He can only see the Democrats. He cannot see the MAGA racism, this particular person. How much MAGA retard racism there is, he cannot see any of it. So, of all the NRIs I have seen over the last 30 to 40 years, I'm not saying all are bad, but all the ones I have seen in a colonial accent, they explain what the problem with Bharat is. Have they ever explained what the problem with America and Europe is? Has anyone ever heard any visiting NRI say something like this in the last 40 years? Has anyone ever mentioned it? That America is bad or Europe's system is so bad. Have you ever heard that? You will never hear it. They come here and say Bharat is bad. They go there and say Bharat is bad. Right. Now the reversal is slowly beginning. At first, they were in a state of denial. When I predicted in 2021 to 2022 that this would happen in 2024 to 2025. They laughed at me then, even banned me, kicked me from groups. My visa was rejected. Now they are moving out of denial mode, slowly saying things like, this is pretty common in California. Yes, it is happening slowly. They are still not in a full acceptance mode, you see. From denial, they have slowly progressed to a sad state now. They are still not in a state of acceptance. They say, yes, it might happen in some Democrat run areas. Still not ready to accept how badly they will be beaten. Not ready to accept. Even after all this, the MAGA retards are abusing them so much online, openly abusing them, and yet they still do not understand what is about to happen. Now, they have started talking about these MAGA families. But why is that? Because the dollar will not be printed like that anymore. If the dollar is not printed that way, kids will have to live with their parents. Are you able to get it? They used to kick kids out of the house at 15 to 16 in America because they were printing free dollars using the reserve currency status and passing the entire cost on to other countries. Their elderly population was enjoying themselves, getting all the old age care while kicking their own children out of the house, right? So they ran this really good scam for about 40 to 50 years in the name of social benefits, when in fact these were all state benefits. They were not social benefits. These were actually state benefits, which were deliberately labeled as social benefits. It was all hidden. Just how communist America and the Western countries really are, right? So now we see how these freely printed dollars have completely destroyed families and caused so many divorces in the West. Mega really should start talking about this now, because how long can that printing machine keep running? The dollar's endless printing machine. Second, my prediction about the 401k, that whatever crypto abracadabra happens, it is all going to be wiped from 401ks, IRS, pension superannuation, whatever it is called in all the countries. So the prediction is for January 2025, which is basically what? Nationalization of private losses, meaning the tech sector and the zeros of all those companies are going to disappear. You are aware that Meta is going to lay off 15,000 people due to de-dollarization. This time around, they have named it the AI bubble. The last time when the euro currency was launched, they named it the dot-com bubble. This time, what is happening is gold and all the payment mechanisms are getting linked and local currencies are being traded. They are calling that the AI bubble. So it is very clear the zeros of the top 7 tech companies are going to disappear. So where will these losses be set off from? Obviously, it will be from the people's money. So this is what will be called the nationalization of private losses, meaning the losses incurred by private sector companies become the public's. So the prediction for January 2025, August 2025, the executive order passed. And in March 2026, the Financial Times is saying this is very wrong. It will invest 401k in the private market, a bad move at a bad time. This was always bound to happen. As things unfold, you will begin to understand what happened when the zeros start to disappear. Meta's 15,000 layoffs. Well, our people already know about that. So fake payments will go, fake job roles will go. The printing of the dollar is about to stop. Farmers and manufacturers will take back their valuations. So this was always bound to happen in the process of de-dollarization. And when the DS toolkit itself is saying it, right? You have to understand, Fortune is the DS toolkit. When it itself is saying that America's debt is not 39 trillion, but 100 trillion. So it is revealing on its own what kind of malpractices the top 7 American tech companies are engaging in with their accounting within their books to hide the reserve currency bubble. They are revealing it themselves, right? Just like I said, they themselves will reveal what the dollar has done. So now the mainstream media, the DS toolkit, is publishing that America's debt is not 39 trillion, but in fact 100 trillion. All right, everyone give the video a like. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel and share the video in your communities and WhatsApp groups. Please share the videos in your WhatsApp groups and highlight them with those points so that people do not fall victim to fake news. That is all for today. If anyone wants to contribute, you can do so here if you wish. Jai Hind, Jai Jinendra.